Hey everyone, welcome back to ChaatNChat. My name is Josh.
My name is Miguel.
And we are watching Raazi. This is the members' weekly pick of the week. I guess that's redundant.
Weekly pick of the week.
Weekly pick of the week. Anyway, this won the members' pick this week. And if you didn't vote this week and you want to vote next week, then be sure to head over to our membership page by clicking that Patreon link in the description below this video. And if you haven't watched part one, you can go check that out by clicking the playlist link that I put in the description as well. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing, sharing, or like button पर चप्पड़ मारो. Did she have more than one key made?
बहुत वफादार इंसान था, इसलिए मैं जानता हूँ वो ऐसा कुछ नहीं कर सकता जिससे हमारे खानदान को नुकसान पहुँचे.
Planted in his room.
So he looks like a spy. Fingerprints again. I hope she dusted all that.
Did she tear her?
Oh, it's like a regular thing now. But that, you gotta be careful because if you leave a trail like that and you become a regular.
Who is she going to?
Because that's where he's at. So if she's in disguise and she can like prick him with the umbrella.
Yeah, but definitely would recognize the purse, I'm sorry to say, as well as her
pants.
Her pants.
How's she gonna do it? On the
this is-
foot? On the leg? Did he not feel it? Yeah, the way that guy was looking at her.
Where did those come from?
She had him stashed there. Oh no. Yeah, they traced it. They did say they could do that.
कुछ बेचैनी सी है. मैं चलता हूँ. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़. जी.
If only it worked faster before he could give it to him.
जी खाने की तैयारी करना. मियाँ कह रहे थे आज घर जल्दी आ जाएंगे.
Wow, how sad. In a way, it's hard when it's a family setting and yet there's their roles outside of the family is taking a toll on their family.
And only being 20 years old and having to do this sort of stuff.
मैं अम्मा को देखती हूँ. जीती रहो बेटा.
And the hard thing is seeing the aftermath of what you do too.
Exactly.
The innocence. Oh no, wow.
Her whole, yeah.
The entire team.
So she now knows that she can't.
Yeah, I mean, one of them might talk.
आती हूँ.
Because maybe the guy in the rickshaw might have told him about this. This is going south so
Oh,
fast.
man,
She's
it's
gotta.
like-
I would get out. Oh no.
सर हमने सारे रास्ते आजमा लिए. अपने किसी भी आदमी तक पहुंचना नामुमकिन हो गया. यहाँ तक कि फर्स्ट सेक्रेटरी तक भी.
They're taking the whole entire network down.
Yep.
सहबत बिल्कुल अकेली रह गई है। अब कोई सपोर्ट नहीं।
She's gonna have to do it all herself.
How's she gonna transfer the info?
Well, she took it all down and put it in the...
Yeah, but do you think the dog might be able to smell the poison?
Usually is looking for explosives and things like that.
I don't think there's any amount of training that can prepare you for that.
The psychological.
Oh, that was the sign. That was an accident.
Or it was left on by...
मेरे मातम करने का वक्त नहीं।
मियाँ को जगा दूं?
नहीं, इकबाल बहुत देर रात लौटा है हेडक्वार्टर्स से। कुछ देर सुने लगे।
I think he left it on accidentally.
मैं यहाँ था नहीं जब इंतकाल की खबर आई।
You know who it is, though.
It's a good disguise.
बड़े भाई कभी इनकी कमांड में थे।
भाईजान, आपके लिए फोन है।
जी।
Man, they're working it so that...
Yeah, get some alone time. Discuss real quick.
वहाँ मिल जाएगी।
बहुत खूब। 2 घंटे में खरीदने जाऊंगा।
I'll be specific there. If anyone was listening.
सभी से कह देना बिना इजाजत कोई बाहर नहीं जा सकता। एजेंसी के कुछ अफसर तुम्हें लेने आएंगे। तुम्हारा बयान भी लेना होगा।
Oh boy. How the heck is she gonna get out of there in 2 hours?
आपसे फौरन मिल सकती हूँ, लेकिन मेरे पास ना कार है ना ड्राइवर।
तो फिक्र ना करो, मैं अभी भेजती हूँ।
जी शुक्रिया।
That was pretty clever. Yeah, someone with high clearance that can send a car.
कर्नल इम्तियाज सिद्दीकी के घर, उन्हीं की कार है।
See, if it was anyone else's house, like, it wouldn't be that easy.
मुमकिन है कुछ अहम इन्फॉर्मेशन पास की हो उसने दुश्मनों को, लेकिन अब हमारी फैमिली इसका शिकार होगी। वो मुनीरा को ले गए।
She's making a story.
जनाब।
Now,
हेड ऑफिस में इत्तला कर।
he's been with the family so long that the newcomer might be getting the blame, even if it was found in his room.
कुछ ट्रांसमिशन का सामान बरामद हुआ है। उनकी एंट्री कर दो। ठीक है।
When she fell, one of the anklets. That's what it was.
But she would notice that it wasn't on her foot anymore.
You would think, but maybe she didn't, or maybe it's just like one of the pieces fell off.
Maybe. He definitely knows now.
Yeah. He really loves her.
Yeah, you're right. A piece fell off of it. Yep. I mean, it's not totally incriminating. For him to be able to spot that, though, like eagle eyes.
You have to have bionic eyes, but now that
For sure,
it's
yeah.
right there, it's like very obvious. But
There could be a reason she was in his room. I don't know.
could have fell off and gotten swept around and, you know.
Oh, wow. Nope, there's no turning back now. Everyone is gonna crash in on you.
मैं अगर सच कहूँ भी
Doesn't help the
तो क्या
situation.
मैं एतबार कर लेंगे?
Well, yeah. Me too.
मगर वतन के आगे मोहब्बत कुछ नहीं.
They're two sides of a coin.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is so tense.
आइसक्रीम भी लेंगे और खिलौने भी.
He's gonna.
वो महफूज रहे, ये आप पर है.
He's not gonna call her bluff because that's a bluff. She would never harm that child, I don't think. But I guess he can't take the chance.
हिदायत यार था मेरा.
He was playing two sides of the coin.
भूल कैसे गया कि वो आखिर है तो इंडियन.
Country first, man.
जैसे आज मुल्क खतरे में है और मेरी ही बेवकूफी ने तुम्हारी जिंदगी तबाह कर दी.
A little, make him feel a little off the hook.
Oof. If he does that, they're going to be punished.
अपने मुल्क के लिए करती रही जैसे हम करते हैं.
And so long as you acknowledge that you're both locked in, it's...
Copy, sir.
Mic check.
Good check, sir.
To your stations.
Oh, dude.
This is...
He knows that she's going to the toy shop, right? Because that's what she said as she was getting in the car.
Doesn't know what toy shop, maybe.
True. Those earpieces are so not subtle.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the 70s, they didn't have anything more subtle, right?
Yeah.
And even him, he has a wire hanging out of his shirt. Dang, man.
And what's so funny is nowadays everybody kind of like, no, something's about to go down.
Agent 1 move in. Isolate target.
You hope that's the right target. Oh, that's our bag. Uh-oh.
I don't think it's her.
Whoa. Did they... I thought that was just going to be a flashbang, but that was a...
Grenade.
I guess they couldn't risk her getting captured?
Yeah. And in a way, maybe it wasn't her.
We never saw her face. Yeah. She used that purse to her advantage, like you were saying, like the whole time. Oh, it was her pant color was the green, so
Yeah.
she's the one that, oh my God. She should know what she's getting into, though. And she knows that they would have blown her. I mean, but that comes with the job, right? You gotta, with no loose ends. But that must be scary to know that her own people would have blown her up like that.
But her husband.
Yeah.
She probably thinks I should have shot him and then shot myself.
वो फैसला तुम्हारा था. अंजाम भी तुम ही सहोगे.
Ugh. Threw it back
Well,
on
in
her.
a way.
ना तुम ना मैं, कोई नहीं।
She's probably thinking this would have been nice to know before this whole thing.
मैं पूरी तरह अब जैसी बन जाऊं, मुझे सबसे निकलना है। मुझे अपने घर जाना है। मुझे
Can't do that anymore, and your mother's compromised too. Because her father-in-law knows that her whole family was fake. He sent a hit team to get him. Did she take poison?
Probably just the fatigue and the
Stress.
The stress.
वो डॉक्टर का कहना है कि तुम जानती हो।
Pregnant.
Oh.
And I think, with all modesty, we can say that we have done this action well.
And she doesn't, I mean, with espionage, you don't get credit.
No.
No one knows what you did.
हम ये भी याद रखते हैं कि हमने क्या-क्या हारा है।
Is that her son?
That's what I would guess.
कभी-कभी casualties of war.
Samir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Said. Wow, and living like the widow life from 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just.
Oh man, that was
Yeah.
rough. But one thing that I want to ask your opinion. So at the very end, he got the call and he said that they got reports of the Pakistan and the submarine and stuff like that.
Right.
So
Why did they go and attack the ports?
Well, no. What I'm saying is they got confirmation, but they would have acted on that intel anyway. So was this all for naught? Because because all the reports that she gave them, I mean, she gave them a couple things, but the main thing was the submarine. You know, that was the big thing. That was the biggest thing. And I guess, are we to assume then that without that information, they would have, the info that they would have got over the phone, like he was talking about at the very end, that they wouldn't have acted on it, and they only acted on it because they had two sources telling them that?
Right.
Or would they have acted on it if they got that intel even without her? Because if that's the case, then I'm a little confused, because then I'm like, okay.
They wanted confirmation. So that intel that they got about the oil confirmed that there was a submarine that was in that particular port.
Okay, and she had the location
She had
of the
the
submarine.
location.
Okay.
So that, for a particular submarine, so it all lined up, and it's like, okay, this now is validation. Which I get. In war, you definitely want to validate things because you don't want to make a mistake.
And couldn't they like send scouts there or something, because they had the location and all that? Like, isn't that the way you can confirm?
Yeah,
I don't know.
And that was probably what they were trying to do was, and it's very interesting. I did like that they said it was, we got a report that there was an inquiry for an oil, a special oil that is only used for one particular class of submarine, and what was the other, a motorcycle or something else? Yeah. And that's, one of the things in intelligence, you put very random things together.
Otherwise would have gone under the radar.
Totally
if
under
they
the
would have got
radar.
that
It's just
note.
someone, someone needs some oil, no biggie.
Yeah.
And that's why, when I was working on lots of classified work, it's not about you just handing over a secret. It's about every bit of information around a project.
So, I mean, the movie was pretty
Yep.
good. The acting, man, Alia Bhatt, she's just amazing.
Yeah,
Like
very
playing
good.
this 20-year-old and getting into all of those emotions. Because taking a life, I was like a little worried that it was going to be a little, when she was training and doing all that, I'm like, oh, is she gonna all of a sudden become like this super like secret agent, and that she could do all this stuff without it affecting her. But I mean, it was so believable because when she took all those lives, it's like, yeah, we were sitting here being like, don't give yourself away. But at the same time, she's 20 and she only had a month of training.
Yeah.
Of course, like taking someone's life, even if you know it's like for your country or something, it's going to hit. It's going to hit hard and make you feel things like, you know.
But at the same time, also, you got to realize that most of the military is training at 20.
Yeah, but it's different because it's like you grow up and it's your choice to get in there. And I get that it's her choice, but her whole life, she never even thought about doing that. She was going to school maybe for something else, like the recruiter was saying. And then she just decides because her father did it and her father's father did it, and then she's like, okay, well, I'll step in and I'll do this too. But it wasn't something that I think she was like mentally preparing for. Right. So and even with soldiers, I mean, even fine, at 20, like you're preparing to be in the military, but I'm sure they're first, and we see PTSD all the time for things that they've done in war. So I think that the feels here felt so grounded and real because I think we watch a lot of movies where they'll be able to do something like that and they don't have the, like, to me, like, I'm just like, at 20
she doesn't have the support system of all of the other troops around her.
Yeah.
She's on her own in having to deal with it.
Yeah.
And so there, I think, is the big difference, is she doesn't have someone else to bounce off of, along with others in command who can basically say, you know, we're sending you on a short furlough.
And Iqbal, oh man, Vicky Kaushal, he's such a likable guy. And I was like, oh dude, like why do you gotta be on that side? Because as soon as I'm starting to like him, I'm like, yeah, but I mean, you don't have a good end to this story. There's no way their story ended nicely. Right. I mean, she was there to do her mission. He's obviously, like said, you know, countries first. And both of them had the same principles. So, I mean, there's just no happy ending. There. So, I mean, I was keeping my distance from him. I wasn't full in on it because I was like, dude, you're not going to have a happy ending, so I'm not going to fall for that. So, but I mean, he's like that likable.
You know, I think the one premise that ran through my mind was, how did this high up military man, think it was a good deal to marry his son to an Indian woman?
Because, I mean, it happens.
I'm saying it happens.
Well, because he was the informer. And then he was like, this is going to strengthen our bond. And then she might be able to carry ties on with him or something. And because he knew that he was going to die or something like that. But maybe he's like, look, you know, all that I've done for you in my life, can you please have your son marry my daughter and give her a good life? Right? Because in the very beginning, he said that. He's like, look, if you're... And I think that's what they said, is because he said, look, I have this cancer like growth in my lung. And he's like, but can I ask you something? And I think they probably decided that right then and there, that he's like, look, I'm not going to be around to take care of my daughter, and I'm not going to be there to make sure she goes to a good home. So can you please have your younger son, for all that I've done for you, this is the least you can do for me. And he's like, yeah, you know what? Like, you've been a true ally to us and got me the position. Because remember, the only reason he was climbing the ladder and got the high rank is the intel that he was feeding him.
Right.
So he felt like he owed him his station, everything.
Right.
And so his success is for him. So that was totally believable for me, that he would actually marry his son. And it was also like his youngest son to her. So he already has like his older son.
Right.
So that was believable for me, but I don't know. And you know, this is based on a true story. So whatever happened, I mean, it
happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But I mean, man, what a story. Even how old I am now, I don't think I would not be mentally prepared to go into the lion's den and do something like that. Really, definitely not.
Pretty
but
tough. Yeah.
I did like the movie. It kept me like engaged the whole time.
Me on edge.
Yeah, like my heart was like beating like for her, and I was like, oh God, this is scary.
Yeah. I was feeling for her, and I'm like going, there is no way that I wouldn't break a sweat, man, in some of those situations, you know. Oh, it's hot in here. Is it hot in here?
Yeah.
I'm hot.
So in this category, for like a crime thriller sort of thing like that, espionage type movie, I think it did very well. And I liked it. I was entertained. I was fascinated by the whole thing, and I was in it from start to finish. So I am, for those reasons, the acting and all that sort of stuff, I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay, well, that's good to know because I'm giving it a 9 as well.
Dude, quit coughing.
I'm sorry.
No,
it is very well done. I did like it, and shows just the dedication and the loyalty and so forth. So I think there's a lot of layers to it, and it is really sad that a love story ended so tragically and
so many
twisted.
do, right?
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, and he even kind of foreshadowed it. One bullet for me and one bullet for you, and had she done that, that probably would have made things a little easier. But
well, a life came out of it, and who knows what kind of deeds her son ended up doing, because he had a ton of medals. Like, he had a lot of medals. So, I mean, if she would have done that, then who knows what might have changed in history.
Right.
If he wouldn't have been there to do, her son be there to do whatever he did to be honored for. So, I mean, there's a way that the world works and the decisions that we make, and it has impacting effects. So, honor the legacy and whatnot. That's, at the very end, those titles. Yeah. So, well, I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for this recommendation. Again, this was the members' pick of the week, so it was a good one. So let's see what the next week is going to be. Remember, if you didn't vote this week and you want to vote next week, then be sure to go over to our Patreon page by clicking this right there. और अगर अब तक नहीं किया, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और लाइक बटन पर थप्पड़ मारिए.